met Rob Gutierrez at an Eberlestock Out There event. It's a really unique event they've had in the middle of nowhere, Idaho, where we get a bunch of Eberlestock employees and partners, as well as some veterans, to just camp out for 3 days and shoot guns and shoot our bows. And Rob was there and he shared his story to everybody around the campfire one night. And I was just in awe. After meeting him, I knew I was going to try really hard to get him on a hunt. Really only it took one call to the RNK Wyoming. Without hesitation, they were like, absolutely, we'd love to have him.
My name's Rob Gutierrez Jr., United States Air Force, Chief Master Sergeant, and I'm a combat controller. I joined the military right after September 11th. I was working as a meter reader for the local energy company. I saw what was going on TV the morning I woke up before my shift.
2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center.
Kind of figured our country was being under attack, so I was like, well, maybe it's time to go to war and do something different, right? Just like any other veteran, you know, I wanted to serve at a capacity higher than myself, so I joined the Air Force. When I went to the recruiting office, I told him, I was like, hey, I'm gonna quit my job and I need a job. Are you hiring? And he goes, yeah, of course we're hiring. I was like, okay, well, I want to fight. He kind of looked at me kind of awkwardly, and he was like, hey, you kind of do understand this is the Air Force, right? You know? And he goes, well, we do have these 2 jobs. These guys here, they're called pararescue men. They go out and they rescue people behind enemy lines, X, Y, and Z. And he goes, then I have these other guys here, they're called combat controllers, and they land aircraft and they jump and dive, and then they drop bombs on target and things like that. I wanted that job. So just like any other American, pretty angry right there. I wasn't really feeling to go rescue people. I wanted to go fight, so that's what I chose.
Slow way down, keep scanning. We're gonna sound like I heard an elk walking through here. And try and stay on the trail, and we're gonna go about this direction. Okay, go beans.
So quiet this morning. Too quiet, no vehicles.
See those 2 pine trees? We'll set you and the cameraman in those pine trees. Okay. I think he'll come around the edge, and we'll call from back in here. Did he move up that ridge? I saw the shadows. I think that second bugle came from that direction. They like to follow that ridge.
Rick has been my guide on every single veteran hunt I've done here at RNK Wyoming, and he's such a treat. They call him the Bugling Gypsy. That guy knows more about elk than anyone I know, and it's so fun to be around him. And I know he feels the same way I do, that these moments that we've had with veterans here have been, you know, some of the highlights of my life, and I know Rick feels the same.
Did that sound like the same bull?
The first one, yes, that way.
We keep hearing bugles, you know, off in the distance, so we're kind of working our way in. This herd's like moves up and beds, but where they bed is so super thick that you just bust them out, and we certainly don't want to do that.
We can keep going on this trail a little further, and then it starts to open up. When we cut back, there's a road back here that goes back up. We'll hook down, we'll get onto that road, and then we'll hunt up the road.
So we were working through here and heard a bugle. We were about 30 yards back, and Robin Heath sort of moved in, and the bull was closer than we thought, and we all of a sudden heard the hooves on the logs and took off. But it's the heart going a little, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've never had an elk, or most animals, creep up on me that close and not ever hear them.
Middle of the day, standing there looking at you, and all of a sudden you're like, oh. Yeah.
There's no scheduled appointments. Now I'm stepping my game up even higher.
Elk hunting's just a game of mistakes. Like, every once in a while, you pull one out. One connection that was really special between Rob and myself is that John's son, came to him and said, I think I found my career path. I want to go into the Air Force and I want to be a combat controller. And I remember John and I saying, what's a combat controller? And after reading about it, we were like, whoa, are you sure you want to do that? That's intense. John's son made it and he graduated and he got his beret, and we couldn't be more proud.
Combat controllers fall under what's called special tactics in the Air Force. Air-to-ground link, basically, whether it's landing austere aircraft in the middle of nowhere in any terrain that's necessary, to communicating with any type of platform out there, whether it's a Special Forces Green Beret team, a SEAL platoon, MARSOC Raider element, or anyone, really. One combat controller on the battlefield can equate to 100 individuals shooting. That individual has so much technical expertise and power that brings to bear with radios and communications and equipment that no one else has seen, and they can bring weapons effects that nobody else can.
After I got out of the Eberlestock event, we called up John's son and said, hey, I just met a combat controller. I said, yeah, I met Rob Gutierrez. And John's son was like, you have got to be kidding. I walk by his bus every day at school. He is a legend.
It's a good walk. It's a beautiful country. You don't get to see this where I'm from. This is good for you. Just a good morning stroll.
I think that bull's coming right to the pond. Probably a big bull, hooked all the way around to get our wind. He's played this game before.
Pretty sure he smelled us. And I get it. I smell good, yeah. I smell like testosterone, and he was like, no, I don't want none of that.
Well, let's get back and watch the wallow.
In 2009, October, I was attached to a Special Forces team in Western Afghanistan. A time-sensitive target came up, and we took the opportunity to go execute it with a small partner force. I had already built a relationship with those Special Forces Green Berets. We decided to be faster, get closer to them if we just do a vehicle first. Got out of the vehicles and then scurried our way through the village. The village itself wasn't a super friendly place for coalition forces. The individual we were tracking was not a nice guy. Just like most other special operations, utilizing the darkness as your friend. There's about 15 of us going into the target building. Had some hiccups here and there. What you see on imagery and things like that isn't always what's actually in real life. So it made some quick changes, utilized the aircraft that we had overhead and helped us guide real quick under NVGs. Just like any other enemy, they have their own security measures, guys on rooftops, things like that. And we just maneuvered in, took fire once we came in and let our presence be known. Got a little hairy situation. What we thought the target was in one portion, he was actually on the other side of the compound. And the fight ensued. Unfortunately for us at that point, we were just kind of like trapped in a building. They bricked up the walls for exits, so fought our way out, and during that process, team leader was shot. He was being worked on, so at that point, find work. So braced up myself, holding a position for security. Engaging targets, I stepped out of the doorway after a close engagement, and unfortunately I was shot in an exchange of fire with the enemy. Through the left shoulder and through the chest, and came out my back and broke all my ribs and collapsed my lung. When you're in those positions and you see those things happen before, time is of the essence and you don't have a lot of it. At the time, I had an unborn baby. What am I gonna do? Gotta stick it out, don't quit. So I didn't.
you just about die? I keep laughing over there because last week when we talked and you said, should I bring bear spray? I'm like, nah. I'm like, it's 5 of us tramping through the woods. I've never seen a bear there. I know there are bear there, but nah, we won't see any. Here you had a 25-yard encounter.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You think he was gonna come in here with you?
For a minute, and then there was a wind gust.
Yeah.
That came through, and he just like picked up his nose, and I was like, all right, he smelled this. And then he just went about his business.
You lying down there, that was awesome.
It was.
That was so awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of guys here never get to say that. Like, I think this is my 7th time here. Never seen a bear.
Yeah?
Nope. That was so great.
Might as well hunt our way out. The winds have gotten really shifty in here now, so it doesn't really pay to sit on the wallow. But
that bear encounter was so awesome.
That was pretty cool.
Yesterday we found 3 balloons and a Coors Light. Now a Mother's Day balloon. Rick's having his parties in here, I know it. It's just so much fun to share time with these veterans and hear their stories. It's way different than reading them in a book or seeing them in a movie or on TV. You hear the details. As we're traversing down this super steep, kind of cliffy ridge, it triggers memories. And when we got to the bottom, Rob shared some pretty amazing stories with us.
So we were fighting uphill the whole way. And it's just, Sons of the Art of War on the high ground. They had it. No, we fought it out in that bottom ground for 8.5 hours, and they picked us up after we just...
8.5 hours was the fight?
Yeah.
I just want to share their stories because I know that when I hear them, I feel all the more proud to be an American. And if I can help people understand what an incredible country we live in, there are a lot of evils at bay in other countries. They want to destroy America. They want to take away our freedoms. And we need men and women who are willing to go to battle for them. And spending time with them in the mountains or around a campfire is just seriously the best moments in my life.
Oh, thanks for sharing
I'll
that.
stick to hunting elk. They don't shoot back.
Well, there's only elk in here.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's good.
And bears.
Life became really real at that point. You're like bleeding out your mouth and your nose. Time slows down. But at that point, it was really just a moment for myself to understand, like, okay, that's enough. I've had enough. I don't feel like dying here today. So, we're going to get up and we're going to fight. I had teammates there. A couple of them already wounded. They got kids. They got wives. They got moms. They got dads. I'm the only one that can do what I can bring to the fight. Called out to my buddy, Mike, 18 Series Delta. Thank God for him. Dragged me back in the building where we're, exchanging fire back and forth from the enemy. At that point, my lung was already collapsed and was having really trouble breathing. Basically just gave me a needle decompression at that point. Told me it was gonna be fun. Reinflates my lung. I can start breathing again. I can totally hear what's going on the whole time. During the process, he wanted to take off my kit and stuff like that. And I was like, can't, because I can't listen to the radios. I can't hear the calls that are going on. I can't hear the communication. Mike basically opens up my cummerbund to my kit, understands I have a massive exit wound, patches me up, plugs me up. Had a brief conversation with my team leader who was also injured. I was like, hey, this is, what are we gonna do? What do you want? Put fire on the target against the enemy? And I'm like, okay. I tell him like what the aircraft has, what those weapons effect does, and what it could do to us. And understanding the close proximity that we were within like 10 meters. And gave me the A-OK. And at that point I proceeded. During the rules of engagement, the process of it, the first show of force, and then again, a show of force with flares, saying, hey, we were escalating this. And right after that, those guys ran out of gas. It's nothing against them. They were on target, helping us out, giving passing information. There's time. Luckily, I had some A-10s, Warthogs that were in the area, just cruising in, understood everything. And that's just close proximity. If you drop a 500-pound JDAM, a bomb, basically, everyone's dying, including the friendlies. I'm gonna ask for a strafe run. I told him a strafe, he told me a high angle strafe. I was like, I'll take that. I'll take anything at this point. We're in a bad spot. Because at this point, the rest of the team is actively engaged, like shooting back and forth with the enemy, trying to keep them off, keep them at bay. And one of the most important things is you tell them, distance, closest distance to friendlies, which was me, the medic, and 2 of the guys that were shooting, defending. When I told him 10 meters, he was like, whoa, 10 meters, that's close.
ninjas. Ninjas, they creep up behind you. You're relaxing and they peek out of nowhere.
They say, watch out, bulls. Yeah, Antonio Banderas of the Air Force is here and he's gonna sway your ladies.
Rob brought these reeds. He hasn't used them yet, but I'm waiting for a really good bugle.
Everyone keeps saying I should quit, and I told them, I was like, I've been through selection, I'm not a quitter.
Version of Trump.
You might not be finding any elk this morning, but we're having a lot of fun.
That's the kind of toupee you buy at Family Dollar.
Exactly.
Dollar Tree.
It's good till it rains. I don't know about all you out there who hunt with a bunch of guys. I'm like, okay, who? But then we stopped for a while and realized it was a dead animal. Oh my gosh, that's a great shot.
I was hunting with Ralph Ciancerulo, and he shot this bull a few days ago. Made a great shot, but he hit a rib going in. It didn't penetrate as much as we'd like to. It didn't bleed much. Somehow the hole sealed up, so we couldn't track it. Jana Waller sniffed it out.
We saw an elk. We saw an elk. It was laying on the ground.
Yeah, that's what they look like. Yeah. To ask a pilot in combat at night to use a 30 millimeter GAU 8 high explosive rounds 10 meters from friendly forces that are stuck with multiple guys injured, that takes a lot of skill. We have the greatest fighter pilots in the world. There's nobody better. Aircraft is 1 minute out, 30 seconds, push everyone against the side of the building farthest away to seek cover. And right when he came in and I cleared him hot, my Delta basically put his whole body on me, you know what I mean? It says what kind of Americans you have, you know? Teammates. First round's impacted right where it was supposed to be. Kind of nipped a little bit of our building, the roof, but it's not a precision weapon, but just smashed the enemy. Good weapons effects, checked to make sure everybody was okay, and then right after that, I struck him again. Once the dust settled and stuff, we understood, okay, it's time to exit. Get the wounded up, stood up, basically asked for another one. Strafe as more of a means of covering fire for us to exit, and then proceeded southbound. We had coalition medevac units that were supporting us, and they just didn't feel comfortable flying in that area because it was too hot. So they gave us another one. It was just about a mile south. As a combat controller, one of the things is helicopter landing zones. So I'm communicating with the helicopters that are inbound, setting up an HLZ for them, a helicopter landing zone. During that process, my lung collapsed again, so I felt it coming on. I called Mike again, and gave me another needle decompression. I was like, oh, here we go. Thanks, man, I appreciate that, you know? Because I was starting to feel like in and out, blood loss. Helicopter comes to land, lands in a field adjacent to us, and I say, hey man, that's not the landing zone. He said, come to us, and we said, you're in an unsecured, you come to us. Once they knew it was unsecured, they picked up, did another round, came down, landed. Mike and myself were the last guys on board. And then right after that, honestly, I don't remember much. I passed out in the helicopter. Our Air Force is awesome, and so is the organizations, and they sent a bird to come get me, a surgical bird. Then I got to talk to a U.S. surgeon, told me I was gonna be okay. Next, I was at Bagram Airfield, getting stabilized. Right after that, launched to medical in Germany, and then all the way to Walter Reed. Everybody got alive. A couple nicks and scratches here and there, but we're all good. They're all good. So this morning, it was pretty quiet. We heard a bugle go off. I've heard elks, bugle before, but I've never heard them growl like what I heard today, which is super exciting. Then you just hear this huge elk just like tranching through. He's coming. We were probably maybe 40 yards from it. And then just for some reason, it just like stopped and turned his head, looked around, and it's probably why it's still alive. It's super smart. He just ran off.
I figured it was game over, and they started walking back to me and John. As we're kind of meeting in the middle, I look up, and in the sage, I can just see a rat coming.
If we would have stayed in that spot, he would have walked right in.
I don't know if he saw Rick move, because we've kind of had bulls every direction for a little bit.
Trying to differentiate between Rick, who's actively calling, and the real bugles. It It was almost like a symphony, but it was so cool to see and get your heart pumping and ready to go. I thought it was awesome.
We just spent a few hours sitting on a water hole, and it has been so hot today that we thought that was the ticket, but nothing. Haven't heard a bugle all afternoon. Probably got a good hour left of light. We're gonna do a loop through the woods. This is where we started this morning and had those encounters with the bulls, so maybe we can call them up out of their bedding area or catch them on the way to water or something. It's just been a slow day, but I have to admit, selfishly, the weather's amazing, but not exactly ideal for elk hunting.
These are the hidden gems of America that nobody knows about. You get to see how old they are. Hey Rick, in the 1800s, you read about it in books, things like that. When you get to see it, you value it so much more. It's awesome. You appreciate it.
Totally deja vu. He didn't want to play. It's just been a super, super quiet week, which can make it tough, but we have all enjoyed being around each other so much. And I think all of us appreciate the little moments in a hunt that have nothing to do with notching the tag, you know, seeing a moose and having a 25-yard encounter with a beautiful black bear. And, you know, they're really what make the hunt, along with all the other great stories.
I appreciated Jana and the opportunity.
Gosh.
It was a great hunt.
Definitely a different experience for me. It took elk hunting to a new level.
Yeah.
First of all, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from Rick.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pleasure and a privilege to get to guide you. It is an honor, and it's good to get to know you and hunt with you and have somebody pushing me all the time. Right on my heels the whole hunt.
I know you're dealing with a veteran when he carries his bow like an M4.
Yeah.
Like right in front of him the whole time. He carried it right here the whole time.
You know,
It's just comfortable.
it's comfortable. Coming out to hunt does a couple things. When you get to travel, and you're in the service and you go, and you serve, and you go across the pond or to other countries, and you get an opportunity to come out to places here like the RNK, and you go onto this, what we consider like our wilderness, you learn to appreciate how and see how valuable it is for us. If we could like freely go around here, right? I'm grateful that we have good Americans that offer the opportunities to come hunt. And the hunting is great, the harvesting of an animal, the opportunity is awesome, but just to sit out there and see what is out there with people like Jana, John, Heath, individuals from RNK, our guide Rick, like I feel happy like in that instance because yes, I served and I did this, right? And I do for all Americans, no matter what. But knowing that I can spend time with these great Americans and enjoy what our country has been a blessing. It helps you understand and gives you that internal satisfaction that it was worth it. Like it was worth it. This is what's protected. It was 100% worth it.
Rick has his birthday parties in here. I mean, what do you gotta do? Clean up.
Aren't those the Chinese balloons?
Yeah.
Flex. Overcome. Do what you gotta do. You know?
The process.
I just got lucky. I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. Next time I woke up, I'm like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, right.
As beautiful as my skin looks, you know what I mean? It's, you know, Sarge's got some wrinkles and he's got some time under his belt.
Could take these back for lunch.
Nothing wrong with hugging trees. Be one with the earth.
Like I said, I love that hat. It's a great hat.
Oh yeah, I love it too.